Isa lang? For this, hello? For, for this occasion, isa lang ang speech. Magkatrabaho itong iba. Ito magpawis, ito maghanap ng pera. Wag na lang ito. I'll just, it does not fit to it. Let me just say that we are all gathered here as Filipino. And just like you and me, I am also worried about what happens to my country. And maybe one of the reason, the moving reason compelling me to run was really that I would want to do something that is good for the Republic of the Philippines. I was a reluctant candidate. For one, I didn't have the money. I do not believe in that bullshit na marami akong pera. We are all businessmen. You can do the computer and take a look at how much I am really worth. But the problem is, wala nga naman masyado akong kakilala dito sa Pilipinas. There were a few lonely souls really supporting me. Would you believe that I never had a single candidate, barangay captain supporting me? Wala talaga. Ni konsihal, ni mayor, true for the entire country. But it is not because of that election that I'm bragging about. It is, I think, I won because of the message that I was trying to convey to the Filipino people. And simply lang, even during the presidential debates, you saw me just a few minutes of, wala akong mahabang mga speeches, except the bullet, kasi alam ko wala rin panahon eh. Bullet lang ako at I'm doing this 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos na ako. But fundamentally, it was about corruption in this country. Good that you have a mixed crowd, actually. This is very appropriate. Number one was that I was bent on stopping corruption in government. Second is that I committed my honor, life, and the presidency chair, if I won, sabi ko noon, in stopping the scourge of drugs. And third was I would talk to everybody, the enemies of the state, the NPAs, the MI, the MN, to just get a grasp of baka sakali makuha ko ang peace ng Mindanao. So balik tayo dito sa corruption, meron pa rin. So ako nakikiusap sa inyo na, even a slight suggestion or whisper about money, tanggihan ninyo. Kaya naman mag-transact ng negosyo dyan sa gobyerno. Even the slight na magbigay kami, right at the start, putulin na ninyo na, okay na ako dito sa gobyerno. It's a good job. It pays little, but it gives me fulfillment for the day to be serving my country. Ang hindi ko lang naman is, I'm not trying to insinuate anything. Wag lang sa aking panahon. No, I'm just there. I don't know how long I would last in this world, not in the office. But hanggang nandyan pa ako, you just avoid. And maybe you guys, kayong mga businessmen, just pay the correct taxes. And I assure you, if there is any attempt maghingi o magdemand or making it hard for you to do the right thing, you just call anybody in the cabinet or kay Bongo, Chinese man yan, Chinese man rin ang lolo ko, Hindi man yung problema. I will grant you the audience immediately. Tawagan mo lang kung sino ang tawagan mo. But kindly help the BIR because he's trying desperately to raise money because of the bill. Alam mo naman wala akong emergency powers. You know why? You never, wala kayong narinig. You never have, you hear me something like, I'm asking this power to expedite the traffic. Wala kayong narinig. It was the councilors and maybe Tugade because that was what he needs to do the right thing. Pero wala kayong narinig sa akin. And I can challenge anybody here. You go back 2 steps back. Kung mayroon ba kayong narinig na naghihingi ako ng powers because right then it was suggested a lot of officials. Mahirap yung emergency powers, kaya wala ng bidding, ganon, corruption. And so when they started with that kind of lousy talk, I just kept silent. Wala naman akong sinabi na we are in a mire, in a quagmire. Sa traffic, we're stuck with it because I do not have the money. Ako na lang, pumunta na lang ako sa labas and I ask for help. And maybe if it is part of, nandyan na nakalatad na sa GAA, the annual appropriations, okay na para sa akin yun. And if I can only contribute something to the 4 years remaining, okay na rin sa akin. Hindi rin ako doon naghingi talaga. Never once nagsabi ako sa Congress na binibigyan ninyo ako nito. Yan lang ang tandaan ninyo. Wala kayong narinig sa akin naghingi ng bigyan ninyo ako ng ito, gano'n. Baski sa pulis, kung ano lang nandyan. Wala akong, kasi ayaw ko yung salita unahan na, mahirap yung emergency power sa panahon ni Marcos, ni Ramos, and especially Marcos, kasi walang absolute man ang powers noon. So madudahan ka na ito, ganyan, ganyan. Right at the start, nag-shut up ako. Nagsara talaga ako. And I never mentioned it to anybody, not even with Speaker Alvarez and the Senate President. They come here to talk to me. Matanong ninyo sila. I never said na bigyan ninyo ako. Sinabi ko lang sa taxes, yung reform tax ni. Pero kung magsabi ng emergency powers na walang bidding, diretso gastos, pag sinabi mo na gano'n, sabi ko, okay. Tahimik lang ako. Kung wala kayong kumpiyansa sa amin, di wag. To beg for money, then be a suspect of Susmara. I would need it like a hole in the head. Ang talaga ang totoo dyan. Kaya ako, for both, timing rin ito, I am not trying to insinuate anything. I am not trying to signify something that, wala yan. But just a reminder, because ang TV nandyan lahat and it's nationwide. And maybe for those unbelievers, they might be able to hear me once more. Talagang upakan ko kayo. Wala ako dyan, basta gumawa ka na ng kalukuhan, wag lang korupsyon. I have fired a lot dito sa Malacañang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Including the undersecretary ng budget. Bago lang. Walang kaseremonya. Sabihin ko na lang kasi gusto, I want it sobrosa. But public money yan. If you want to ask me really, I will open my mouth. But, kung mapilitan, ayaw ko magpahiya ng tao. Tama na yung masasabi ko, wag sa panahon ko. Wag talaga sa panahon ko. Itong sa droga, wala itong katapusan. it's not, it's a non-issue to me. And I will not answer it anymore. Except to say that my oath of office demands that I protect the Filipino people and that the Republic of the Philippines is safe. That is the long and short of it. Wala na akong istorya pa na ang extrajudicial killing. It will happen if it will happen. It cannot happen if it cannot happen. Wala akong pakialam. Basta sabi ko sa droga, I hope to finish the problem. Maybe give me just another year. Babalik ang police, babalik yan. And the Human Rights Commission can come here, international, and I will provide an office. Bigyan ko silang building dyan sa... Sumama na sila. Basta ako tatapusin ko talaga yan. My request is very simple. It is doable by anybody with no effort at all. When I was mayor, and then I became president, I only have one message for everybody. Do not destroy my country, because I will kill you. Do not destroy the young Filipinos. They are our only assets. Kaming mga mahirap o hindi masyado mayaman, kaya namin pinag-alagaan yung mga anak namin, ayaw nga namin padapuan ng lamok. It's because yan lang ang pag-asa namin. Kasi sa gobyerno kami, mas mataas nga itong akin. Now consider the other guys there, yung mga waiter. How much do they receive when they retire? Pension. Akala mo yung pension nila would last 3 to 4 years? Pagdating ng 60, 65, pasok na ang hypertension, kidney, heart problem, diabetes, lahat na. Naghingi ngayong mga matatanda sa SSS. And I was really very sad that I could only give 1,000. Alam mo, ilan na ang medisina, magkano? Lalo na maintenance heart. Do you think we can really survive? Ang isahan namin, yung mga anak namin, na wag mong do not walk with the children. Kasi yan ang isahan namin na pagtanda namin, yan ang magbayad ng aming oxygen, hospital, medisina, pagkain ng lugaw, baski dyan ko sa anong klaseng hospital, at bibili ng aming kabaong at maglibing sa amin. Eh kung gawin mo yung gagong yung mga Pilipino, gano'n, anong... Kaya sabi ko yung mga tarantado pala kayo, I don't give a shit. It's survival to me. Not only me, the Filipino. Kung kayo you stick with your goddamn shit principle, sino bang lahat ng tao sagrado? Bininjagan yan eh. Pero kung andito ang negosyo mo lang, sirain mo lang yung kapwa mo tao, anak ng mayor ka, hawakan mo isang syudad, then there is no election, a clean election for the longest time. Papatayin mo yung mga, then you use your office as the platform of your drug operations. And you have been mayor, ang anak mo, vice mayor, congressman, ang sino-sino. Wala mang problema dyan sa dynasty. Hindi mo pigilan ang tao. Ako, I never banted. Si Inday, nandyan yung, when sabi ko, hindi ako tatakbo pag maiwanan ko yung Davao. So Inday finally decided to run. Do you know what? I took my oath of office here, June 30 of last year. July 1, ang anak ko nag-resign na. Nandyan ang dilagay yung... May kopya kayo? So I had to fly back hurriedly. So, ano ba nitong klase mo? It's just a matter of political dynasty. Wala nang gusto. Yung anak ko ayaw na. Madadali ka talaga kung ano-anong kalukuhan sa gobyerno. Yung anak kong isa si Pulong, laking pantalan yan. You know that guy eloped with a 24-old lady. Ang negosyo yung nasa pantalan ng mga jar. Ang letter ni Inday. His Excellency Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President, Republic of the Philippines, Office of the President, Malacañan Palace, Manila, kumpleto. Dear Mr. President, I hereby tender my irrevocable resignation as Mayor of the City of Davao, effective immediately. I cannot devote my full commitment to do my work, and I am unable to discharge the functions of the office due to personal and health reason. Anong sakit ni Inday? Yung Makati, nanoon na sa Taipei ngayon, galagalag. Yung unhealth reason niya. Sabihin mo lang, dynasty. Wala mong gusto sa amin. Ako, tanongin mo mga taga Davao. Tanongin mo yung PDP lahat. Pinilit nila ako sa fiscal's office to run because my mother who was in the list. Sabi ng nanay ko, bakit? Sino ba may gusto masabi? We did not ask permission from me. I'm not ready for anything sa public life. Because my mother, why? Because my mother was the wife of a governor and tatay ko for the longest time sa Davao. Sawa na yan, pati ako. Ngayong Inday niya, lumaki na sa lolo niya. Political day. Kaligaya ko na lang 4 years na if I can just abbreviate the time. So, yung droga na yan, pasensyahan kayo. You better stop. The no human rights na opisina o anong klase ng will protect you. All that I am saying is that stop it. Drugs, stop it. Walang gulo. Human rights, it's very easy. Ganito kayo. Sabihin niya, punta dito, health issue. Duterte health issue yan. It's a social health issue. Pagdating dito ng mga ugok, yung galing taga-Europe, kaya sabi ko, bugok ito lahat. Ay, maniwala kayo. Ay, mas bright tayo, anak, nang waiting. Totoo yan. Ipasabak mo ako dyan. Kung ganun lang ang utak mga yan, kung magpagdebate yan, yung debate talaga na formal, tinumbak mo yung apat ng eleksyon, sila pa. You know, if you really want a debate, a sane debate, I will, alam mo kasi ganito yung mga gago. Magpunta dito, magyaya sa mga, this is the list of the ex-judicially killed. Wala namang sinabi, when was it, how, where, how, and kailan nangyari ito? Basta kada lista may dyan, lista extrajudicial killing. Ganon ang hustisya mo. Tapos 10,000, saksak mo sa akin. Pati yung namatay sa sarap yung gabi na yun, isali. Kalukuhan. Malay mo ba saan sinaksak? Tinapon niya ng asawa, saan ang saksak? Hindi man ito fresh wound. It's a wound, but it is not fresh. It's being used every day. Pakita mo ng ganon. If it's a social issue, then you turn the page. Why? If it's a social issue, you have to, pag-aralan mo why it happened. Where did it start? How did it happen to the Republic of the Philippines? Hindi magpakita ka lang distant tapos uwi ka sa inyo, Duterte, ito yung pinatay. Dagdagan mo na. Kasi magbalik ang pulis. Alam mo, all you have to do is, I said, stop. Yung mga may tama na yon, ang itong mga human rights is, bilian mo lang ng medisina pangkalma, Valium. Painumin mo lang, patulugin mo lang yung mga yawa na yan. Yan lang man ang ano niyan. When the monkey rides on their back, gagano na kasi naghanap na. Pag walang pera yan, maghanap talaga ng pera yan. Because they will not be at ease. Just parang unggoy na gumaganoon sa likod mo. That's the characterization of an addict response ng katawan. So it's a problem, and I will not for the life of me allow it to happen or allow it to get worse. Wag sa akin. Ayaw ko talaga, wag sa akin kasi hindi ko matanggap yan. I will not accept that kind of proposition. Ngayon dito sa third promise that I will go out to the enemies of the state, talk to them about peace. Itong komunista, sumubra. They have been lording it over the press, yung mga leftist na mga kung ano-anong pinagsasabi, hinayaan ko lang. Sabi ko, sige lang. Tapos it's what's the word? Insatiable. Walang katapusan and if I correctly assess it, evaluated it, lahat ng workshop papers nila doon, sila Belio, nandito si Belio, Doresa I think is here also. Cabinet meeting kami kahapon. Yung mga dala-dala ng papel, mga proposal, and the working papers nila doon, binasa ko. Akala nila wala akong kopya eh. Intelligence nagbigay. Tried to figure out what's really the end game nito. It's a coalition government. Now the coalition government I cannot agree to it. Coalition with sovereignty are two really far different from each other. Sovereignty or the exercise of it is usually or is only given to officials or persons who are elected by the people. Diyan ka lang makahawak ng sovereignty or you proclaim something there, you declare martial law. These are exercises of sovereignty which cannot be shared if the Constitution does not give it to you. It is shared by the Supreme Court in its decision, then Congress passes the law, and the President who executes the laws. It's an indivisible thing na hindi mo pwedeng. Sabi ko sa kanila, I cannot give you what I do not own. So wag na tayo mag-istorya, binagera, di magira tayo. We have been fighting for 50 years, I told them at the start of the negotiation. You want it to last another 50 years? I grieve, but I said, do not ask something which is not within my power to give. So yan. I'm reminded, narinig na ninyo ito. I'm sure you have, but I would end it by a story and it goes like this. Maraming masterpieces the painter and the sculptor and the genius, Da Vinci, Leonardo. Came sa Florence and was doing his everything there. He lived in the 14th, 52 something. He died, basta year 15, so mula siguro, hindi naman 1 century, but he lived quite a good life. It is said that in Florence, he started to paint the Last Supper, the last dinner of Christ with his mga apostoles nila na puro may sungay naman pala. Then, the guy was about to finish the work. For each and every apostle, meron siyang model. Gaya yung mga si St. Peter, kinuha niyang model si General Esperon, gano'n. Binayaran niya. Tapos si Saint, sino ba yung mga yawa na yun? Pangalan nila? Oh, siya. But he was able to complete the painting. So it is said, in 5 years, except two persons na hindi niya madrawing. He was looking for a model of Christ, the far right, and itong si Judas, the far left. So it took him another 2 years, but not in Florence. But during a fiesta in Venice, may nakita siya nag-actoring drama. So he saw this guy, parang Kristo talaga ang mukha. Clean face, may gupit. And he was an actor. He was talagang maganda. So it struck him and said, this is the kind of face that I would paint for Jesus Christ. So pagkatapos ng drama, pumunta sila sa backstage and kinausap niya. Sabi niya, bayaran kita. Only to pose for a few days. Because but he was already known to be a genius at that time. So pumayag yung actor because sabi siguro, honor ko na to, maging Iso Kristo. So he painted, he sat there in the studio, ginawa niya ang Jesus Christ. So 12 na. Ang ika-13th, si Judas, hinanap niya sa lahat. Punta siya ng ganon. But pag-uwi niya sa Florence, naghanap siya ng mukha talagang evil. Pareho kay Trillanes. Naghanap siya ng mukha ni Trillanes. Wala pa mang PMA noon. Hindi niya mahanap. But one fiesta sa, where's that, yung the Leaning Tower of Milan? Doon nakita niya yung fiesta, nakita niya isang tao sa karaming pagkain, gaiety and everything. He saw this man scavenging di basura. Naghanap ng pagkain. To pagdaan niya, nakita niya, putang ina, Trillanes na ito. Nandito lang pala eh. So he talked to him, so that said, do not be insulted, but I'm trying to complete my painting. The only person missing there, the face, is Judas. Sabi niya, you are not Judas. Sabi ko kay Trillanes nga, you are not the Judas. But sabi ni Da Vinci, you are a model or a face of evil. Sabihin ko na rin, you are a model, a face of evil. So, nakonbinse niya, at ang pangit talaga, karas-gara dito ang mukha. So, nag-upo sa studio niya. So, on the 4th year after na napintura niya. So, nakumpleto niya ang Last Supper. Problema, pagkatapos binayaran niya, yung Judas niya fell down on his knees and started crying. I said, bakit? Did I offend you? I did not say that you are Judas. I said that you personify the Judas sa isip ko kung anong itsura niya. Hindi man niya inabot. So, the guy was really crying, hysterical as a matter of fact. I said, why are you so emotional? You are not crying all the time when you were posing. Sabi ni yung si Judas sa painting, you know, Mr. Da Vinci, I was once upon a time your Jesus Christ, and you took, that is me there. No, yung ngayon, you do the, ako yun, nagkalat ako sa buhay. I am one and the same person. So we all start with the noblest of intention, joining government, dreaming for, we start good, but especially in government, hindi kayo. But I hope I will not have to ask you to post a picture, which I will be drawing shortly before I leave the presidency. I hate to see you being a Jesus Christ, only to discover in the end that you are the Judas that I have been also looking for. Maraming salamat po.